All right, guys, welcome everybody. How are you doing? Glad to be with you. Let's wait for the rest of the traders to join. Luis, how are you? Fancy Panda, glad to see you. You're good. Welcome, guys. Excited to be here. All right. Guys, welcome everybody. Before we get started, just let me, a quick disclaimer. I'm going to be this is a live trading room and live trading session. So anything I show here and I do here is not meant to be buy or sell signal on any instrument, on any time frame. It's just the way I read the markets and I understand the market's behavior and I approach the charts and I set up. Sometimes we get into trades if we go to lower time frames and we manage to show management of trades while they're happening live. Please do not follow along. Please do not copy these trades. I just want to show you the principles that you can then apply to your own situations. Okay. That being said, we got exciting news today. We've just added 4 assets to our platform. So let me take you there. Let me show you. So now, guys, on the 5ers platforms, you will find Bitcoin, Ethereum, US oil, and UK oil. So you have their oil and some cryptos. As we learn these instruments and as our risk department is comfortable with them, we'll be able to tune, the parameters in them, and it will be able to add more in the futures, hopefully. But in the meantime, that's what we got. Thank you, Trader Atomic. A lot of love. That's a lot of love. So thank you for that. Bitcoin and oil, they have no commissions on them. Only the spread. That's correct. Yeah. All right. And so I'm going to include those in my analysis for today. I'm going to give you my perspective on those assets. And then if we go to live time frames and then we find a nice setup, we might learn something from them. Okay. So I'll start with Bitcoin. Now, here's a quick disclaimer on how I approach Bitcoin. Okay. I usually, Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency I buy. In the past, when there was all the hype, I used to buy all little coins and then they just disappeared and I didn't understand anything. And then I went a bit deeper into the research and I researched more the topic and the blockchain reality and the cryptocurrencies. And I got into the conclusion that only Bitcoin has something, worth investing behind it, and a little bit of Ethereum probably. So since then, I've been just buying every month a certain amount of of Bitcoin, of US dollars in Bitcoin, and that's how I build my portfolio. I usually don't trade cryptocurrencies. I'm not familiar, with the intraday volatility, and I have not applied in the past, my Forex strategies into Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. But the analysis is still there. Okay, the way I understand the charts in terms of supply and demand and patterns and price action is going to be valid also on Bitcoin and Ethereum and of course oil. And I'll give you some of my fundamentals on those assets, and maybe we can find a setup together. Okay, we'll see. Ethan, if you go to your MT5, if you have an account with us, just go to the market watch, right click, and then click on show all, and that will show you all the symbols that we got available. Okay. So Frederick, just speaking about Bitcoin just being added into our platform, Bitcoin, Ethereum, US oil, and the UK oil. So the symbols are these ones, okay? So you will not see US oil, you will see the US crude spot, which is XTY USD, and UK oil will be XBR USD, okay? So XBR, that's the Brent, XTI, that's US oil, then you got Bitcoin and Ethereum, okay? Okay, so let's start with Bitcoin for a second, because we're in those moments where history and all the following YouTube videos you're going to watch is depending on what happens with price right now, okay? We had a couple of weeks ago, we had the last impulse, and it was a strong impulse into the upside, breaking all the 30K levels into the almost 40K levels. That level, okay, this right here, you can see this area, okay, the 39 lowest 40, okay, you can see it's a nice supply area. Let me zoom in into that, and you will see it. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, you can see the supply right here, and from that moment we've just gone back, and now it's the first time we are approaching that level again. Okay, so we have one supply area here, one there, and one there at the top. So this is like a mid-range supply, and this is the first time we're approaching that supply. And I always say approaching the key level is important. How we are approaching that level is as important as the fact that we're approaching. Okay, so look at how we had the impulse, and after the impulse, we don't have like a pullback and fresh continuation to the upside. We have the impulse, okay, the breakout of the last resistance, the 30K levels, and since then we haven't had that pullback or consolidation and then continuation up. We have had what is called a compression. Okay, you can see this channel, this very balanced channel where we have a lot of buy and sell candlesticks alternating, and this is a weak behavior in the market. Okay, it's a weak way to approach that strong selling area. So you can see that we're kind of forming those new highs in the market, but actually each one of these new highs is weaker, okay, than the previous one. You can confirm that with almost any indicator. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if the indicator sees what my eyes see. Okay, so I want to see the strength behind each one of these pushes to the upside. So you can see, okay, you have it. Okay, we have kind of higher highs, yeah. But you can see on the strength behind each one of those highs, we have actually lower highs. Okay, so that's a divergent setup, classic divergent setup. As we approach the key level, the key supply area, which might be an area where sellers will be interested into selling this market. So so if I was to decide what to do on the daily charts, if I have to go long or I have to go shorts, I would prefer to go short. That's a very nice setup to go short. But my fundamentals and my bias tends to be long. Okay, my bias, we're still coming from this strong last fresh demand and this impulse to the upside. My bias is still long, but we're in an area and with a setup that is short. Okay, so I have mixed signals over here, so I need to be careful. But if I was traded on the dailies, I would go short and then maybe grab some of the long orders, buy orders over here, and then the continuation to the upside. But right now, I would not like to go long. Now, if we go to lower time frames, let's see what happens. Let's see what's the momentum doing. We can, because we might see the momentum right now. It is to the upside. We see on the 5-minute chart, we are pushing high. So I have bias long and I have like the setup long or the momentum long, but the overall setup on the dailies is kind of a sell signal. So I have a mixed signal over there. So this is a, it's not a chart that will be willing to trade. Okay, intraday trade. I would be positioning myself for for a sell position on a larger time frame, but going into lower time frames, I wouldn't be trading this pair. And I was saying we're at that level where we either going, okay, obviously we're either going to react, and then all the YouTube videos are going, Bitcoin is crashing and it is the end of Bitcoin, or it is going to manage to hold over there. More buyers will be willing to buy the market, and we're going to break that level. And if we manage to break that level, we can easily find ourselves, of course, at that level, and probably again into historical highs at the not historical highs, but around the 49 or 60 level or 50 level, 50K level. Okay, so a retracement would bring us back to the 30s level. If we break to the upside, we might find ourselves into the close 50 levels, and that would be a strong continuation that the divergence failed. Everything here on the week on the sell setup failed, and we're continuing to the high side. That would be a very strong bullish statement, bullish momentum, demand areas, key levels that would confirm the bias. Okay, so that's for Bitcoin. We said Forex. I have to be here. Yeah, Ogbu. We also trade Forex. I'm just giving my 2 cents on Bitcoin. Then we might go back into Forex. Okay, Tarindu, nice to see you too. And okay, I see chat is quiet, so we can continue. Okay, I haven't seen Ethereum, but they tend to be correlated. Okay, we see we're trading right now at that the 2K supply area. We've tested once, we're retraced, we're testing twice. Of course, the break of that will be the open door all the way to the next supply, which is up there near 3K levels. For Ethereum, again, I'm not super bullish bias with Ethereum. I understand the correlation, but it's not a project or a crypto I have the same faith that I have on Bitcoin. But if I had to do anything with it, my bias again is to bullish. Not the great setup, not a great setup right now. I would be, after this first impulse, we had the first pullback, we grabbed the demand right there, and that was a great opportunity to buy. Now we created kind of a second, zoom in a little bit. We kind of created a second demand over there, and we're pulling back into that. And I would like to see the market going again to the highs, and then understand the behavior up there, and then waiting for the breakout to the upside. But usually breaking those key levels, we need something fundamental to happen, okay, in order to break those levels. Now going into oil. Oil is on a very sensible area and sensible levels. Fundamentally, we have all these tensions in Middle East, and at any point Iran can intervene more actively in the conflict and maybe cause something on the chains that on the pipes that lead oil into Europe or whatever it is, and causing a spike in price. Since it has been quiet in the Middle East, we can see the movement to the downside. Momentum right now, okay, I see the bias going down. I don't see any key level right now forming, okay, any key demand. If I zoom in a little bit, we have this last demand, but we've already reacted to that one, and right now we're coming from this strong supply. So as long as we're kind of sideways and quiet and we don't have like any fundamentals, I'll be happy to buy those demands and sell those supplies. Then I'll go to lower time frames to see what's the momentum right now, and then waiting for price to go a bit higher and start selling this market. So that's for oil. And let's go back into cryptos. We're having a great setups on dollar yen and dollar CAD. Dollar yen, and we discussed that days again and weeks ago. We are at those like historical highs. We had a break to the downside. We're pulling back, and now we're with the door open to continue to the downside. We're coming from a very strong supply. You can see supply. So we reacted to that supply, and we're holding. There is a little bit of demand down there, so I think that's our next target. Then I would go to lower time frames and would look for setups to go short. Okay, so my bias here, my bias dollar yen is short. Then I'll look for momentum to go short or a setup to go short, and I would be more than happy to be short in this market. Right now it's like kind of quiet. As we go deeper into December, we will see probably also like volatility and volume decreasing. But as long as we stay below those levels, I'm happy to be selling this market. So I just need something to happen, because this is not like the last hour has been very, very quiet. Let's see what happens 15 minutes. Maybe some volatility will come. But on any pullbacks or a break to the downside and pullback, I'll be happy to sell. That's like an easy one or a clear one. Same for dollar CAD. We see we were struggling to decide what direction we're going, and finally we had some decision. You can see we had a very strong supply, and then we have more supply and more supply. So any pullback, I'll be happy to short. In fact, even here, we're kind of holding. Let me see what's that level right there. Let's see if we can grab a few pips over there. Approaching this selling area, and if not, over there, and then I'll see if I can build into a position. If that breaks, then I'll find myself if that level breaks, then there's not a lot of selling all the way to that level. So I don't want to be holding probably there. Let me see that on 5-minute chart. Not very convincing. I think if that breaks, we'll go all the way to that level. That's an area I don't want to be. I don't want to hold that trade for long. So my setup would be invalidated above that level. So let's see if I can grab a little reaction. We're approaching that selling area with this overextension. Okay, we're overextended. We haven't reacted at all. So let's see if we can have a little reaction to the downside. Let's see. There we go. Just a little scalp over there. And you can see the moment, you can see how easily is breaking or like covering the distance. You see how, let me zoom in a little bit. It took, from here to there, it took 6 bars, so 6 minutes and 6 minutes, and only 1 bar, it covered the same distance to the downside. So going down is being easier than going up. So you can see how like kind of the momentum and the bias are there. Okay. Okay, so we established dollar CAD going down, dollar yen, because dollar CAD, on the dailies, we are at that kind of demand, but it's not super strong. I think we have the potential to break that one. And if we manage to break that, we'll find ourselves at that demand. Okay, so we have some room to cover. Let me find that on the hourlies. Okay, so that's the demand we're right now. Okay, which is a good one. But I think we're coming from very strong supply, and we have the potential to break that demand. So let's go back in time. And back in time, we have the demand more like that area. So we have, yeah, that's it. Let's go back to the dailies. Okay, so that's the potential. Okay, if we manage to get into a good selling position, and if we manage to break that support, okay, that demand we're right now, we might easily find ourselves, not easily, but we might find ourselves, over that level, 150 pips. So how do you determine that supply was left there? It didn't look like a traditional supply zone. Which supply you speaking about, Mo? Please tell me what time, what chart. I guess is dollar CAD, but what price you're speaking about? Now, guys, indices are also at a very interesting level. Okay, because we're at very key resistance areas, and you can see as we approach those, we're also shrinking in volume. Okay, so there was a very strong impulse, little rest, very strong impulse. So the bias is still to the upside, but we're kind of losing momentum as we approach the strong selling area. So that's also a nice, if you're looking for like risk-reward ratio, good risk-reward ratios, where at the limit where it's worth giving a shot on the sell side of the trade. Going long wouldn't make any sense right now, right? Because where would you place your stop loss? And now you're asking the market to break those key levels, so it's easier to expect the opposite direction. Mo, you speaking about this trade? Zachary, I'm waiting for buy on USD CAD at 15 minutes. Let me. Where are you looking to buy? Down here at that area? So Mo, what's going to be the explanation? No, you can see we had like, you're right. We didn't have like that. We didn't have like the small candles and then the break or something like that, like a classic supply and demand. But if you look at this area, which is a kind of a demand area, we're pulling, we're pushing to the upside. We reacted to kind of any supply that was there, and we immediately reacted to the downside. So it is a supply area. And then the fact that we're going overextended on the 1 minute chart towards that same area, that's what I decided to take the trade. And now that's my confirmation. Okay, the fact that we are holding and following through. Now the next trade I could try to catch the breakout. Okay, now we're at the support. I don't like catching. I don't like these trades. I don't like the breakout trades, because many times it looks like it's going to break, and then you meet this support and you get faked out. Okay, but it's that would be the next setup, kind of calling it that way. So we're coming from strong momentum to the downside. Let's see if we can break the previous support. There you go. And now there's another setup, okay? Because now you're overextended. Now we're pushing this a nice impulse to the downside. I think we're going all the way to those levels. Okay, if we manage to break that area there, so now any pullback to the upside, great setup is to keep selling this. Okay, I'm expecting a reaction of that area. But a pullback like this one right here, a pullback, that's a great opportunity to start layering, okay, building your next short position. Now, as a carrier, you're looking to buy. Now, we all see different things in the market, and if you were looking to buy, I encourage you to buy and to take your trade, because we all see different things and different opportunities. And you're right. And in fact, you could be right. If you're looking to buy right here, you have a great risk reward. You're at the very bottom of what could be the range, and the market from there could reverse. The way I approach the market, we all see different things, and I was part of a group of traders, and how was that game? We did like a little game of giving us the same market, and we would trade opposite directions and both making money. So as long as you manage your risk properly, and you know what you're looking for, the direction is sometimes important, but the management of the trade is more important than the direction. Now, all of this, guys, is a dollar movement. Okay, so we're seeing the dollar weakening, and then when you go to AUD, euro, or pound, dollar, which I don't have here, we want to look for the same. Okay, we want to see we're still dollar short, so we're buying euro USD. Okay, bias here is I love this. Has been so good, these these last weeks, since we had that breakout. That was like confirmation of the reversal we were looking for. We're struggling to reverse, and that candle there, that established and confirmed the reversal. And since their bias is just long, and it is, we're still long. Okay, we're kind of meeting this supply area, but we have the potential to go all the way to the previous highs. So now it's just a matter of finding the right setup to go long. Same AUD USD. Okay, right now we're at a supply level on the dailies, but momentum is long, bias is long. So I just want to go and find for a setup, and then trying to go long on those ones. Okay, now we have that reaction. That's an aggressive reaction. Okay, this an unexpected reaction. I was waiting. Okay, we're kind of at the lows, but you see, last time we were at those levels, we struggled to go up. I mean, we did go up, but with small candles. Okay, and I was expecting the same right now. I didn't like the fact that we had that strong. It kind of broke my setup because I was hoping for this kind of movement and then short. Now these long candles are making me lose confidence. So now, Zakaria, if you go in long, you should be making money right now. Let's see what happens here. Not much, huh? I think in terms of analysis, we're covered. Now look at that. Now look at that reaction. That's a very strong one. Like that turns momentum from short to long. It doesn't change the bias. Bias is still there, but it certainly changes momentum. Okay, so now I'd be more hesitant when going short. Although this is a good selling area, okay, that's a supply area, but the fact that we're approaching that selling area in a so strong way makes me makes me think twice before pulling the trigger. No, Zakaria, you missed it. How's that? Okay, there's always another opportunity. Now I kind of want to go long. I'm with you now. I want this to go a bit lower and probably going long. We're reacting right now to that supply, but we invalidated that supply because we broke it. That should now act or behave as a demand. So a pullback towards that area, that's also nice, just for a little scalp. Fancy Panda, clear. 31 August lows. Dollar index. It's been time since I checked dollar index. Let me have a look. Trading view. I'll show you that. Wait. Window. Share. August. Yeah, because you're speaking about those levels. Okay. And you say it's going to break that, going into the next levels, and that's why we're we're so weak on dollar index. Yeah, you can see, we came from this, of course, from extreme, and we created this strong supply, kind of continuing. Okay. Let me go back. Red November. That's a a good question with a not easy answer. Okay, it's profitable to scalp 5 pips on the 5-minute time frame on low spread pairs, confused by applying broker fees, margins, spread commission. Okay, and the Red November, if you are just starting out in into in the trading business, I wouldn't recommend going into lower time frames and trying to scalp. Eventually, it can be very profitable to scalp the lower time frames. But you're right. It's a wrong, or it's a less efficient way to trade, because you're paying, the spreads are more significant. At the 5ers, we have, I believe, very good spreads. All the majors have almost zero, so you can really, the kind of not affecting your performance. But then you have the commission, which is $4 per lot. And each time you're clicking, and I've shown, the statistics of this account, and I pay a lot of commissions while scalping, and it just makes your strategy, or it takes like part of your edge out. And you have a lot of information and false signals and noise in the market. So if you're just starting out, I would go with with larger time frame, rather than the lower time frame. Also, to be able to make like good money, you will need to apply a large volume, and for that you will need leverage available. So if you have like a lot of like large margin, and it's decreasing your leverage, you will struggle to make money. But one of my teachers, he was a great scalper, the 1-minute chart. Today, that's what I do, and that's part of my daily routine. And I just scalp the 1-minute chart and make good money out of it. But it's a less efficient way to trade. I'm missing so many trades. I get into the paralysis, analysis paralysis and all the multitasking. We had on the 1 minute chart, we had this nice pullback on the euro US dollar towards that demand area. And that's the reaction I was looking for. But I was confused because of the price action on the dollar CAD. Like the correlation wasn't there and made me hesitant. Anyways, there's always another trade. Let's see, nothing. Yeah, not a lot on oil. Zandil, I'm sorry you feel you have that experience. We provide a lot of support to a lot of not even traders. They've never tried us out, and we do our best to provide the best. So if you feel you had a bad experience, just send me an email directly. Forward it to me, and I'll look into your situation. Okay, guys, I don't see a lot of things lining up right now. We just took a couple of scalps here and there. But I'm excited to see the performance and what the new assets were just introduced. So play around with them. Let us know what you think, and hopefully you find benefit on trading them. Waiting for balance-based drawdown as swing traders suffer from equity balance high-based drawdown. There's now Sicono Simao for already great support. Fancy Panda, thank you guys. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. We're gonna wrap up the session here. I have to go to another meeting and to sort out some things. But yeah, I'll see you next week. We'll try to have more active session with more trades. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for staying. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Hi guys, so thank you very much for watching the video. Now make sure you like and subscribe, and most of all, go into the YouTube and check our other content that we provide here at The 5ers. We'll see you in the next one.